Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Dirt, Grain, and Steel. I'm going to do a short video here on a follow-up video on the Forney Easy Weld 140 MP and my Forney Easy Weld 20P plasma cutter. I have went through my first 10-pound roll of wire with the 140, and I will tell you what, I am very happy with this welder and the performance. Well, all that's left of it is an orange tinge on the floor from the dump over screen that I built, or grizzly screen that I built with it. Built that entire screen with it. Took it out and pretty much tested it to the max. I was dumping 500-pound rocks on it with the Bobcat, and no welds broke. I accidentally dropped it once with the Bobcat from about 4 foot in the air, and none of the welds broke. So I'm very happy with this welder. Got very good penetration on that 3/8 wall, 3-inch square tubing that I built it out of. The plasma cutter, I am on my original tip that I got it out of the box with. And I've probably made over, I lost track of how many cuts. I've probably made close to 300 cuts with that tip. And it hasn't all been clean steel. Some of it was to get some expanded metal off of some square tube that it was welded to. And it had paint on it. And basically used the plasma cutter like a torch. So very, very happy with this product. The only thing is a 20 amp breaker. It will trip it. So if you can, you should put a 30 amp breaker in your box. That's the only downfall that I've found with the plasma cutter. If you cut for an extended period of time, if you cut with it for probably 3 minutes straight, you'll end up tripping your breaker, especially if your air compressor kicks on at the same time. So I had to put the air compressor on a different circuit, but that was no big deal. But plasma cutter alone, if you cut for an extended period of time, will trip a 20 amp breaker. Unless my breaker's just getting weak, but it was a new breaker not too long ago. So, I mean, could be a faulty breaker, who knows. But I'd advise to put it on a 30 amp breaker if possible. I have checked all my wiring in my walls to make sure that none of the wiring is heated up any when that breaker trips and nothing gets warm. So I'm not too concerned about it. But anyways, yeah, these Forney products are good products. I've went through my first 10-pound roll of wire and no issues. I think I've actually welded more with this Forney Easy Weld than I had welded with my Lincoln 210 MP before it burned up. So I'll tell you what, it's a very solid welder. And most of that screen I built, I welded with it on its highest setting to make sure I got good penetration on that thick tubing. So most of that 10-pound roll, it was maxed out on its temperature and still welds just as good as the day I got it out of the box. So I'm happy with it, very happy with it. Like I said in the video, when I first got it, I was looking forward to getting the 270 Forney when I get my new shop, and I'm definitely going to get that machine because, oh, damn, ice fell off the shop roof. Kind of scared me in here. But anyways, I'm definitely looking forward to getting that 270, and I would like to get a larger plasma cutter. I mean, this will cut 1/4 inch, but I would like to be able to cut, 3/4 inch. But for right now, this thing works amazing. I mean, I've maxed it out on 3/4 or 1/4 inch with galvanized on it, and it still cuts it. I mean, it doesn't cut it to where it falls off, but if you tap it with a hammer, it'll knock the piece off. So I was happy with that. Saves on torch gas and cutting wheels. And I have found that for air compressor wise, I just have a small Coleman air compressor that I use for air, and it keeps up just fine with it. So any, small air compressor. I can't remember how many CFM they recommend for it, but I'd have to look at the chart. I don't say on this little tag. But I ended up getting this cart off Amazon for it. I think it was like 40 some bucks. I mean, it's an okay cart, but there's a few adjustments I'm going to make. The wheels fit a little loose on it. I mean, it is a $30 cart, so you get what you get. Now, my cart that I originally bought with my 210 MP Lincoln is this Metal Man, and that's been a great cart. I love this cart. I mean, it's got plenty of room to put extra stuff. So, but I'll show you what I'm building now. Right now, I'm in the process of building some conveyors, and so far, this will be the tensioner for the belt. So I had to cut this piece out, with a cutting wheel. It's 1/2-inch plate. And the reason I used 1/2-inch plate is because these bearings that I have, they will slide in this slot, and I will weld a heavy wall pipe down in that end. Right here, I'll cut this out, put a heavy wall pipe with small thread so that I can move this back and forth and tighten the conveyor belt. So these are going to be 12 foot long. They're going to be 7-inch wide conveyors. And you're probably wondering, 7 inches wide, what's he going to do with 7 inches wide? Well, my trommel for cleaning stone, I need a way to get the stone out from underneath the trommel. Right now, we set the trommel up high, and we're able to drive under it with the Bobcat to scoop the stone out. Well, with these conveyors, I'm going to be able to lower the trommel down lower to the ground, and I'll still be able to get the stone out with these conveyors. And 7 inches wide, running at a pretty, a fairly good rate of speed, will be able to keep up with the stone that dribbles out of it. So, I mean, it's going to be like you're standing there slowly shoveling onto it with just a regular dirt shovel. So it won't be no big deal. I mean, they'll handle plenty of material to get it away from it. I'm actually going to do an experiment with this. I'm going to use John Deere hay baler, round baler belt out of a hay baler. So, and really 7 inches wide is the common size of hay baler belt, so that's why I went 7 inches. You can get 10 inches, but that's usually used in like your big Vermeer balers, and I think some of the Crones use 7 or 10 inch wide belting, and it gets expensive. So for like $249, I picked up a 40-some foot roll of 7-inch wide belting, so it's going to be pretty cost effective. I've got the bearings for the adjustments, and I bought the bearings that stay solid at the other end. Bought them all from the surplus center. I can't remember. I think these were like $14 a piece, so they're pretty reasonably priced. I got all thread coming for the actual adjusters. And I also I built these rollers. They're just tack welded together right now. I wanted to just tack them up, and I built these. These are a little rough because I plased them out with the plasma cutter, but actually this was cut out with the Forney plasma cutter. I mean, as long as I can stay moving at a good speed, I can cut stuff out pretty nicely. And what I done was, this is my circle cutter. You drill a 1/4-inch hole in the center of your piece, drop the bolt in, and you put your tip of your plasma cutter in here, and then you just turn this around, and that gives you your circle cut out. And if you want a bigger circle or smaller circle, you just simply figure out your radius of your circle, and you just drill different holes in here to make your size of circle. It's a real cheap circle cutter, and it works real good. So Alex and I, well, Dad Strength and I, actually came up with this idea. We seen a similar deal, and we thought, oh, well, we can make our own. So we made our own. We got a couple different sizes of these, and they work real good. So, but anyways, one of these is a drive roller, and the other one is an idler roller. So I'm hoping these work out. They're 5-inch diameter pipe, which should give me enough traction on the belt to turn the conveyor belt. So anyways, I'm going to build this first conveyor as a prototype, and this will be, like I said, 12 foot long, 7-inch wide. If you were to buy one of these conveyors, you're looking at about $5,000 to $6,000. So that's why I decided to build one. So I'm going to try my hand at building conveyors. So we'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll get lucky. I done real good on the trommel. It works flawlessly, so we'll see what happens. But anyways, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. If you like this video, give me a like and a subscribe. I greatly appreciate that. So I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of your weekend, and be looking forward to making some more videos. I can't wait to get this project done to see if this one runs. It will be ran hydraulically with a hydraulic motor. All of my gravel cleaning equipment is hydraulic. So anyways, hope everybody has a wonderful weekend, and I will talk to you on the next one. Thanks for watching.